good afternoon to you, to me, to us. Here we are, here we be. And I just wanted to share a really interesting experience with you with a nutrition client that I was working with this morning. And as we were going through our intake, he let me know that he smoked cigarettes. And as he let me know this, he was absolutely just overcome with so much shame about this habit that he's been engaging in for almost 15 years. And I asked him how many he smokes. He smokes about 5 to 10 a day, kind of depending on the day and his stress levels. And because I could see the overwhelming amount of judgment and shame that was embodied in his expression, a lot of disdain for this habit, he then shared with me, every time that he goes to smoke a cigarette, these are feelings that he feels. And I was like, wow, because guilt has a really, really interesting vibration in our body. It's a very contracting energy, and it sends our nervous system into a slight stress response, which then has so many different implications. So he's lighting up 5 to 10 times a day with this energy and feeling, alone, isolated, condemned. And so I had asked him how many times he has tried to quit, and he couldn't even count. There were so many, and nothing has been successful. So I asked him if he would be interested in another route, and he was like, absolutely. So what we talked about was actually not necessarily trying to quit, though I don't condone smoking, not necessarily trying to quit, but more so really utilizing that time that he's setting aside to go out and have a cigarette and light up, to actually, instead of using it to check out, using it to check in and become so consciously aware of what he's doing, and letting it be in the flavor of acceptance, innocence, trusting that he is free, not letting it be the contracting, guilty energy that it has been of what sort of shame can create. He mentioned to me, he's like, oh my God, I've been a closet smoker. So many people don't know this about me. And I encouraged him. I was like, well, what if you start letting people know this about you? With the sense of using that energy to shift the actual behavior of it. So oftentimes, it's not necessarily what we're doing or what we're eating or what the behavioral pattern is. It's more of the energy inside of it that keeps us coming back for more. There's a part of our mind, a lot of spiritualities would identify this with the ego mind, that loves to feel guilt, that loves to feel isolated, condemned, ashamed, judgment. It loves this. It thrives in that. And so to use the actual actions that have kept us isolated, that have kept us in self-judgment and self-criticism for an actual healing, because we're going to show up that much more conscious and aware of what it is that we're doing, can absolutely transform the experience. When I mentioned to him, there was an overwhelming lightness that filled the room, and that filled his space, and it filled my space, and his face got less tight, and he just opened and was so grateful for being able to reveal this about him without being judged, without being condemned. And that was easy for me, because I have no reason to judge this person. I don't care if a person smokes cigarettes or not. Like, I'm not going to judge them at all. And just hearing that from me felt really healing for him. But I was like, we have to give that to ourselves. We've got to give that to ourselves. So I encourage us today, tomorrow, for the rest of our entire freaking lives, to use whatever it is that we are doing for awakening, for healing, for forgiveness. Yay! Mwah!